So it's day 2, breakfast time. Starts.
Got one toast and one bread.
Starts to get used to routine now. It's just like get up, eat, go to bed. And in today's selection, this is our first time eating Vegemite. Look, it's not even moved to the top of the packet. It's just like stuck. I wonder what this is going to be like. Oh, look at the state of it. It looks like tar. I suppose it looks like Marmite. And it smells like Marmite. But I don't think it actually is Marmite. Here you go, Mamph. First Vegemite.
It looks darker than Marmite, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, not ideal on partially cold toast, but...
It's alright. It's very Marmite.
Well, little girl's turned her nose up, so... I don't even think it's anything like Marmite, really. I mean, it's alright. If I didn't have Marmite, then I'd be alright, but I'm not one of these people that's like mental into Marmite. I don't think I'll ever really get mental into Vegemite either. If it's there, I'll eat it. And I suppose we could always have a jar in the cupboard that just slowly goes off. Weirdos that actually want to eat it. Toy time! Playing your xylophone? Yeah! She's got enough toys, that's for sure. Getting Aurora used to naughty Australians and training her how to talk like one. Bit of Disney Plus. One great idea to bring for kids if you're in quarantine. Very cheap, fit in the suitcase easily. That was one problem we had. Literally no more space anymore. Balloons! But just maybe not balloons while someone's trying to do some yoga.
The way I like to approach yoga is very personal, very individual. And that's perfect for a morning practice, right? Where you're really taking this time for yourself, whether you're practicing alone or with someone. Oh!
She's trying to do yoga.
So wherever you are, in mind and body, just take a second.
So this is Aurora's new game. I don't know whether she's pretending to be Casper the Friendly Ghost or what. Oh, no. Wee-wees are more important.
Very tipsy.
Aurora's getting her Australian training by watching The Wiggles. Nah, she's had enough.
Oh,
You're not going to be Australian yet.
Mummy dancing on her own.
One thing's for sure, they definitely try on their desserts. Tonight's offering is a carrot cake with mango and Highland flour. Ooh!
The stretch. Oh, stretch.
Feeding time at the zoo. Oh, she's already got a pretzel in her gob. There's your plain pretzels.
Yeah.
Thank you. And you got your mashed up sweet potato, courtesy of the Marriott. You like this jollop, didn't you? Is it nice? No? What? Would you like some more? You want to cuddle? You want to cuddle? Okay, I'll cuddle. Oh, oh, lovely cuddles. Thank you. Lunchtime quarantine cuddles. You can let go whenever you want, darling. More? Cuddle. Lovely. Don't wipe your face off my shoulder. So, just been woken up from our nap. Jet lag's still very much a thing. I thought I'd got I thought I'd got away with it. Come on, you. So I thought I'd got away with it yesterday when I felt pretty good. However, this morning, about 4 o'clock, just couldn't really go back to sleep. Sort of sat in bed, laying awake for about 3 hours and just eventually got up. And then this little one has had fantastic naps in the afternoon. The blackout blinds in the hotel just sort of make this place absolutely like pitch black, and she just drops off straight away. 2 hours, 2.5 hours, 3 hours for an afternoon nap every day. So I had to have a little nod off as well. We got woke up by the police officers kindly telling us that we were ready for our second walk of the day. So gonna go out for that in a sec. Now she's got her shoes on, and see if the fresh air wakes me up. So, Aurora didn't like the shower, but she slipped over and bumped herself. So instead, we've had to improvise using the tub we bought for doing our washing up, because we knew we'd have to wash some bits and bobs up. It turns out you can also wash a baby up in it. But she's still not sure. She keeps looking at that shower head like it's going to attack her.
She doesn't like showers. We found that out.
She's a bath girl.
Yes.
So one of the things that we've realised with quarantine is literally everything revolves around food and when food comes. I mean, luckily we're at a hotel where actually the food, although we've heard contrary by some people when we've been on our fresh air breaks, we think it's pretty decent. Like, it's not too bad, it's not the worst thing ever. I mean, today, it's the evening one as well. They tease you. In the morning you get like your breakfast, and then you get told what's for lunch and stuff, but they don't tell you what's coming for dinner. So when it comes, you sit there and you're like, oh, I've even got a little menu that I can look at. So tonight's tomato and basil soup, braised lamb with onion and tomato gravy. That guy lied. He said it was going to be like curry for 5 days straight. Well, it's not curry. Sorry, mate, you were wrong.
Maybe he had got curry.
Green tea tiramisu with raspberry coulis and edible flowers. Is that a thing, Australia? Do you just love edible flowers on all of your desserts?
I didn't know they were edible. I chucked them in the bin.
You're so like uncultured, man. You just don't know how it is. Obviously you can eat the flowers. We live in a tropical climate now. Served with broccolini and a chorizo crumb, mushroom pasta and Anna potatoes. Well, Anna, thank you for your potatoes. I'm gonna enjoy this. Dinner is served. It looks decent, but it's literally Samantha's worst nightmare because it's meat on the bone. Tell us about it, man.
I just don't like it.
What else have you got? Like a pasta?
A random bit of pasta and some trees that are like the size of a dinner plate.
Tender stem broccoli, but yeah, okay.
And some...
It's a bit of a random dinner today.
Potatoes, but it looks like pineapple.
I mean, it did look better. I'll show you what it actually looks like for real. That's how it's presented. I suppose they do try and put a bit of kind of care into their presentation. Just Mam's hacked the crap out of hers.
What's all this dry What's all this dry
Oh, that's
stuff?
a chorizo crumb.
Oh, right. Well, I don't want that, so...
Mam's going vegetarian today.
Get it off my plate.
Aurora's thinking about it, whether she wants to eat it or not. Yeah? You're supposed to go to bed, you? You've had your milk? No? You're just going to watch us eat in the dark because we're waiting for you to go to sleep. Enjoy, Mam. It now lives on my plate because she literally can't even look at it, apparently. Morning, day 4 today, and we're going to try and get a little bit productive. So obviously 2 weeks in quarantine, we're going to have to try and find somewhere to live, some jobs and things to do, and I'm going to try and have a look for those today. So I'm going to be looking on Seek, looking on TES Australia, and seeing if there are any jobs available, maybe for a term 4 start, but probably more likely looking at starting the next academic year in January. I might also, with that in mind, have a look at some jobs that are starting, well, as soon as possible, but in something else, some other kind of work, something that's a bit more temporary, just so that we can keep earning some money and not having to dig into the savings as much as possible. And then house-wise, just looking for something a little bit more temporary, maybe an Airbnb before we find somewhere job-wise, and then we know we can be a little bit more permanent, but just anything to get out of this hotel, really. Are you coming up? You coming back? And then also, one of the things that we're finding in here is keeping everything tidy. I mean, this thing's a walking crumb magnet, just always having snacks. So I'm going to look at trying to order some bits from either Coles or Woolies or Kmart or something like that, maybe a Hoover, just trying to get some bits to make our life a little bit more easy while we're in here. We might also try and look at getting some orders for other things as well, so just some, well, we don't really need snacks, like we've got snacks coming out of our ears in here because of her, but some beer, maybe a glass of wine, something like that, just to make our life a little bit easier. So we'll have a look at getting some orders and what we have to do for that type of thing. We might also have a look at sort of transport and car hire options, look at trying to get, or what we have to do to get our driving license sorted over. I think at the moment we can get away with trying to be a tourist and pretending that we're kind of, not pretending, like, but just being tourists for now. And having things sorted out from that perspective, rather than trying to get things too permanent at the moment. I think I've got a feeling that a lot of things are going to rely on us having an address, so that could be tricky until we find somewhere to live. And then lastly, it's just kind of like chores and things like that, so just got to do last night's washing up. We brought lots of things from home that we could kind of try and keep a little bit of normality, so I've got to do the washing up for the bits and bobs there, like all of her bowls and plates and things, as well as our cutlery. So it's just staying on top of things, trying to keep busy, and hopefully have a good day. So one of the things that we brought from home in order to make everything a little bit easier cleaning wise for us was we brought an old washing up tub, which we just packed everything into, so it's really light, it doesn't really take up much space, and thankfully it's also doubled up as a baby bath for Aurora, because we've got a shower and she doesn't really like showers at all. She's a bath person, you know, a bit like her mother. And we brought just a little, we filled up an old hand sanitizer because, you know, everyone's got bottles of this stuff left over, and just put a bit of washing up liquid. And that's been handy for us, but you can't really leave loads around, so every time that you use a few cups, you've got to then kind of wash them up. And we brought a tea towel as well, and sort of like a baby bottle scrubber. So that's doubling up as another scrubber. We should have really bought like a sponge or something, but we kind of forgot in our haste. So just keeping on top of these, it gives you something to do, it gives you a bit of a routine. We're finding that routines are sort of the best thing at the moment, just to save a bit of sanity, but yeah, keep it going, do some washing up, bring on the next thing. One of the issues that we have with ordering things, as I found out today, is that because we're not residents in the sense that we don't yet have an address, is signing up to all the different various accounts and things, we're not really allowed to yet because we don't have an address. Everything seems to be asking for an address. Another one as well is a telephone number. So when we came through the airport, there weren't any places to pick up a SIM card, even kind of as a pay-as-you-go. There was pretty much nothing there at that time. I think even if we had arrived in the middle of the day, there still wouldn't have been anything that we could have kind of purchased. You get ushered straight onto the boat. You get ushered straight onto the bus. So we're finding that a little bit tricky. I think we can still use kind of things like Uber Eats, and we might get one of those later in the week. But as a kind of tourist, using some of the more local services to be able to have them delivered is a bit tricky. So I'm going to try and find some that, if I was a tourist, which kind of is the category we are in at the moment, what can we use? But at the moment it's looking a bit tricky. So for returning people who live here or have all of those addresses, great, easy, but for us, bit of a pain in the backside. Morning everyone, and welcome to another day in paradise. We're still here, and today I'm going to be trying to do a bit more of a workout, I think. Starting to feel a little bit lethargic while I'm here, so you've got a lot of time to kind of work out, but with this thing and living kind of around her timings and having a nap during the day, and you just kind of end up living for the meal times as well, and sometimes you don't know exactly when they're going to happen, so working out can be a little bit of a challenge. Try and do as much while we're pacing up and down when we get our outside breaks, but today I'm going to do a little bit of a workout. I brought a TRX along as well. I know other people have brought yoga mats and things, so it's a good idea to bring along something to do whatever exercise you usually do. So that's going to be me. Give that a go some point today. Oh, cuddles. Oh, cuddles. I'll give that a go at some point today, and yeah, we'll just keep going. One of the things that we've noticed now after being here only a few days here is that Aurora has started to learn some new words, even though she spends a lot of her time screaming as well. So with going out for our sort of daily, sometimes twice daily walks, she's learned how to say out, and now she'll stand by the door wanting to go out as well, waiting either for the lovely policeman to come and take us, or just at random points in the day we'll want to go out. And she's also learnt how to say wee wee, because obviously the only other time that we kind of leave the room is to go to the toilet, so she's always asking us what we're doing, or looking at us kind of confused. So if we say wee wee, yeah, she knows where we are, and sometimes she'll follow just to confirm that we are doing a wee wee, as she's not very trusting at the moment. End of day 5? Yeah, end of day 5. Meal has just arrived. We're having to do it in the toilet because Aurora's asleep, and it's quite a late one today. What's the time?
10 to 8.
Like 10 to 8, so we had to feed her. We had some food already brought with us anyway, and had to put her down because she was just getting too tired. She didn't really nap very well this afternoon. So tonight on the menu we have beetroot soup and then market fish with tomato and olive sauce. Do you want to show us one up? It's I came in here just before I turned the camera on, and the face. So this is what we've got today. I mean, don't get me wrong, looks alright, but that's actually got beans in it as well. Sam isn't really into beans or fish, and this is probably like her worst nightmare. So we'll see how much she wants. Oh, but it's fine. If she gets hungry, she can just eat the beetroot salad.
I don't want that either.
But yeah, this is the end of our first kind of stint. We're nearly a week through. I think at the start of the week we were quite positive about all of this, and it's 14 days, we've got to do it, but you've got to try and make the best out of it. I think by now, wouldn't you agree, man, that it's starting to get a little bit...
Oh, yeah.
Oh, she's going to eat the kids' meal because obviously Aurora's gone to sleep. She's got like fish fingers and chips.
Yeah.
Oh, is she a little bit jealous?
That's what I'm having.
So what's how are you feeling after 5 days, man?
It feels like we've been here a lot longer than 5 days.
Mm.
And yesterday I'd had enough. Today I feel a bit better. But yeah, it's quite hard.
The little things are starting to add up, and like majorly there's nothing wrong being here.
No.
Like you are feeling a bit incarcerated, but there's nothing wrong. It's just the little things. Like for example, if they forgot some drinks the other day in the meals, and you're just like, oh really? It's nothing. In real terms, it's nothing. It's not a problem, but you just kind of.
It's just something we're not used to doing, and I'm sure it'd be hard for anyone who has to do it.
Yeah.
So it's normal and okay for us to feel like this. So, and we've still got jet lag, so we've got to get over that as well.
Yeah. It's finally started to sleep a little bit better last night, so hopefully that should be alright tonight. Hopefully, so at least I'll be healthy. But we're going to end the video there. Thanks for watching. If you've liked the video, if you've enjoyed it, please give us a like. If you like these types of things or you want to see some more other videos, check them out on our channel, and if that's your thing, please subscribe. But otherwise, I'll see you on the next video.